Have you ever wondered what your learning style is? This quiz will help you determine that. There'll be 10 questions, each with 4 answers. Please don't take it too seriously. There's no right or wrong answer. Just choose the one that feels most natural to you. Record the letter you pick each time. You'll be adding these up at the end to reveal your preferred learning style. With pen and paper ready, let's begin. Question 1. You're trying to learn a magic trick for a party. What's your approach? Would it be A, watch a YouTube video showing the trick step by step? B, have a magician explain it to you in person? C, read a book or guide about how to perform the trick? Or D, play with the cards and props until you figure it out? Question 2. You decide to assemble IKEA furniture. What's your method? Would it be A, follow the diagram in the manual? B, call someone and ask them to explain what to do? C, read the instructions word for word twice before starting? Or would it be D, dump out the pieces and start building? You'll figure it out. Question 3. A friend tries to teach you a new dance move at a party. What's your reaction? Is it A, watch them carefully and mimic their movements? B, ask them to explain it step by step? C, find a book/blog tutorial and study it later? Or is it D, jump in and try it immediately? Question 4. You're at an all-you-can-eat buffet with unfamiliar foods. How do you decide what to try? Would it be A, look at the buffet labels and pictures? B, ask someone else what they think is good and why? C, read about each dish before deciding? Or D, taste test a little bit of everything? Question 5. How do you prefer to learn a new skill, like cooking? Is it A, watching a video tutorial or looking at pictures? B, having someone explain them to you? C, reading a detailed recipe and cooking instructions? Or is it D, jumping in and cooking whilst figuring it out? Question 6. If you're trying to remember directions, how do you prefer to receive them? Is it A, looking at a map? B, having someone explain them to you verbally? C, reading step-by-step directions? Or D, following the route yourself and figuring it out? Question 7. If you were learning to juggle, what's the first thing you'd do? Would it be A, watch someone juggling and focus on what they do? B, have an expert talk you through the process? C, read a guide or Google how to juggle? Or would it be D, grab some objects and throw them around until it works? Question 8. You're learning a new language and have a test tomorrow. How do you prepare? Is it A, look at flashcards with pictures and diagrams? B, listen to an audiobook in the new language? C, get out a dictionary and start reading through? Or is it D, role-play scenarios, ordering food, shopping, etc.? Question 9. At a workshop, what activity excites you the most? Is it A, watching visual demonstrations? B, participating in group discussions or Q&A sessions? C, taking detailed notes or reviewing written material? Or is it D, getting hands-on experience with the tools or materials? And finally, question 10. You're stranded on a desert island with a friend and a survival manual. What's your first move? Is it A, study the diagrams and illustrations? B, have your friend read the manual out to you? C, read it cover to cover, following its steps? Or is it D, ignore it, start finding materials for tools and shelter? Okay, Okay, so that is the end of the quiz. So add up all your results for each, add up the number of A's, B's, C's and D's you got. If you got mostly A's, you're a visual learner. Visual learners understand and retain information best when it's presented in a visual format. You prefer using charts, diagrams and illustrations to process ideas and often benefit from seeing the bigger picture through visual organisation. You thrive in environments rich in visual stimuli and often enjoy colour-coded or well-structured materials. You'd be best using mind maps, infographics and flowcharts to optimise your learning. If you scored mostly B's, you're an auditory learner. Auditory learners excel at understanding and remembering information they hear. You often prefer lectures, discussions and verbal explanations, and you may find it easier to process information when it's spoken rather than written. You often enjoy engaging in conversations, asking questions and repeating information aloud to reinforce understanding. You'd be best using audiobooks, recording and discussions to optimise your learning. If you score mostly C's, you're a reading learner. Reading learners excel at absorbing information presented in written texts. You prefer learning through reading articles, textbooks and notes and expressing your understanding by writing summaries, essays or lists. You often enjoy detailed instructions and thrive in environments where you can independently read and write to process information. You'd be best using textbooks, articles and creating summaries to optimise your learning. And if you scored mostly D's, you are a kinesthetic learner. Kinesthetic learners learn best through hands-on experiences and physical activities. You prefer engaging with material in a tangible way, often using movement, touch or real-life applications to understand concepts. You thrive in environments where you can actively participate and experiment rather than passively listening or watching. You'd be best using movement, experiments and role-playing to optimise your learning. When I did this test, I scored 80% C's and 20% A's, which puts me more as a reading learner with a little bit of visual. Let me know your results in the comments below.